welcome to Enquire to Choir. My name is Eva and I'm here to help you, fellow choir people. The theme for the month of February here on Enquire to Choir YouTube channel is choir competitions. And for me, it all starts with answering the question if it is the right moment for my choir to enter a certain competition. Not many choir leaders think about it. They tend to have a general opinion about competitions. They either go to every competition or they just hate them. Well, I'm not here to tell you you should definitely go to a competition or you definitely shouldn't, because I don't think I have the authority to answer that question for you. But I believe I can help by listing the things you can think about so you can make a decision on your own. So let's start with the topic: should your choir go to a competition? The answer for this question starts with thinking in 5 regards: time, repertoire, motifs, money, and possible outcomes. Plus, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some extra advice, as I usually do. And just to make it easier, I'm going to suppose that you have a certain competition in mind. Time. Most people think about time and competitions. Do we have the time to prepare for that competition? Of course, that is the first concern you have when you start thinking about entering a competition. But while I'm here, I'm going to ask you a question of another sort. What does it mean to prepare for a competition? The thing about competitions is they're not performances in a real way. I tend to think about competition singing as artificial performance. I mean, it's not with the same kind of atmosphere as it is during concerts. The audience is not engaged in the same way as it is during concerts. It's just constrained in a way. To prepare for a competition, it's not just about knowing your scores and being in tune. It's about the details. It's about many details. It's about showing the jury that you are a choir of substance and not just a choir who can sing a few songs. So the preparing part is something to think about, what it actually entails. But from experience, I've realized that there is possibly an even more important question about time I need to answer. And that one is, will going to this competition make us unprepared for the performances we have scheduled afterwards? Will all the time invested in the preparing for the competition put us in trouble because we're going to lose time to prepare for the other performances? The thing is, the competitions are for the critique part of your choir's career. It gives you some credibility. But the concerts and the concert performances are for your audience. And your audience is more important for your choir in a sense of survival. So the question to really answer here is, will going to the competition make us unprepared for the scheduled performances we have afterwards? And if yes, what is more important to us as a choir, competitions or concerts? Repertoire. Check the criteria for every category. Do you have a repertoire for a certain category? Or better said, do you already have the repertoire for a certain category? If you have to learn new pieces to make a category work, I mean, it's a lot of work and it depends on how much time you've got to prepare. It's possible, of course, but to learn one new piece, it's manageable. But to learn a whole new block of music, it's just, I think that you can learn anything and everything in a short amount of time, but it will always be obvious that something is very fresh in your repertoire. It depends on the capability of your singers, but if you're working with amateurs, again, just think about it. I'll talk about choosing the right repertoire for the competition in 2 weeks' time. I just want to say here, don't change your identity as a choir just to fit a certain category. If you sing, for example, popular music and you have never ever dealt with classical music, don't try to conquer it just for the competition. I made that mistake once and it was not nice. I'll talk about it in the vlog coming up the last Monday in February. Motifs. Who came up about the idea of entering a competition? Did you get an email about it and the thought is in your head as the choir conductor? Did the choir leadership tell you that maybe it would be good for the choir to enter a competition to get credibility as a choir? Or did your choir members come up and say, let's go to a competition, it's going to be so much fun? Of course, on competitions, it's about the awards. You care because we all want recognition and it's nice to get awarded for your work. But if your only motive for going is to win, I don't know. For me, the best motive to have is wanting to get some feedback. Putting yourself out there to people who supposedly know their stuff for them to say what they think. You have to be competitive. Just don't let it be your only motivation. Competitions should be fun for your choir members. Just saying. Money. Plain and simple. Does your choir have the money for it? For the entrance fee? For the possible travel? If you don't have it, can you get it? And finally, could this money be better spent? Possible outcomes. Awards. Great. But you know, competitions can go unplanned and they're not always fair. If your choir is delicate when it comes to losing, and if you think that possible losing will make them very unmotivated to continue working, what comes after the competition? Will the possible loss make them even more motivated to work harder to get a better place next time on the competition? You know your choir members and how they breathe, literally. Think about it. Also, how will the criticism affect you as the choir leader? You are putting yourself out there. That's great. But are you ready for them to dissect every little thing you did on that stage? And if the critiques are bad, can you handle it? And for the final advice. Competitions are great, but don't become a competition choir. Making an audience happy is sometimes worth more than the award. And by sometimes, I actually mean always, but that's just my opinion. If going to several competitions means not learning a new music piece in a very long time, I don't think it's worth it. Don't just assume you will win. You never know what can happen. Practice for the win, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Don't let the win go to your choir member's head. It's about singing together and being good people, right? Don't let them become very nasty to other choirs. Cooperate with your choir's leadership. It's better to be in sync with them and they can help you making this decision. They know best when it comes to how their choir members are thinking at that point in time. Are they ready for it? Are they motivated? Do they have to be motivated more? Just talk to them. To conclude, I think competitions are a great thing if you take them with a grain of salt. So I hope this video has helped you make a decision about going to a certain competition. And if your decision was yes, good luck and let me know how it all went. You can Facebook Enquire to Choir, Twitter or Instagram. Thank you for watching, and if you wish to see more, you can check out the other videos here on Enquire to Choir, or you can subscribe. And the video next week, on next Monday, is going to be about choosing the right competition for your choir, because I think that topic is not widely discussed. There are different competitions, you know? Conduct well, conductors, and I'll see you next time. Bye!